Ceiling fan blowing cold breeze on your body. I can't tell you really what it is, but you got it. Makeup in the morning, you got dresses in your closet, but you grab them tights, you in love with being modest.
Alright guys, so next story up. LSK, light skin Keisha. Mama named her Samantha Deshawn. I said Samantha. Anyway, it was Samantha's 29th birthday the other day. And so for her 29th birthday, she decided to come out on social media and let you guys know that she was pregnant. This is her first baby with her boyfriend, her long-term boyfriend. They've been together a long time. Remember, we met him when she was on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta for that time. His name, Coco, what is it? Coco Van Gogh. Mama named him Rashad Best. Child, I got to get my fan. It's hot. Sorry. Take a real quick break here so I could get some air. I got the air on, but I don't want it to be blowing in the phone. She announced that they were pregnant. This is her first child with him. And they were excited. Okay. Now, I said first child with him because he already has another child. He has an 11-year-old daughter, I believe, with a girl named Lay. He has an 11-year-old daughter with this girl Lay. And they haven't been together for some years. But, you know, they're co-parenting. He pays child support, visitation, all of that. Apparently the relationship with him and the baby mother became strained back in March or April, depending on who you ask. But apparently the little girl was with LSK and the Coco boy for her spring break, and there was some sort of commotion. Something happened. Let light skin Keisha tell it, the little girl didn't even want to go back home. Let the Lay girl tell it, the girl didn't want to be there no more because there was whatever problems that they was having. Okay, but they must have had a big blow up at that time, and ever since then, he hasn't seen the little girl, hasn't talked to the little girl. Okay, still paying his child support, but hasn't seen or talked to her. And that is because he fell out with the mother. Okay, and you guys know a lot of times the mothers and the fathers fall out, and then who is the one that pays for it? The kids. All right, because now you've got a kid that can't be in touch with one of the parents, and you know, all of that. So the mother comes out and she got a lot to say about him, calling him a deadbeat dad, that he, you know, blocked the daughter, blocked her, hasn't seen his kid in all this time, blopty blue. Had a lot to say about Coco Van Gogh. Didn't say nothing about LSK, just talked about him. But you guys know, we as women, you know, we are protective of the ones that we love. And this is LSK's soon-to-be father of her child. So, and they've been together many years, and I'm sure there's a whole lot of history there and all. So she felt the need to come out on social media and kind of speak out for her man. And while I understand why we want to do those kind of things, to me, it feels like the best. Now, first I said that she needs to stay neutral, but that's not realistic, okay? Because I know in real life, you know, when you got to deal with, I have enough friends and family to know that, you know, when you got to deal with a baby mama, baby daddy situation, a lot of times that shit is contentious. And the significant other of that person also goes through it, because I'm with you. And so now I got to be dealing with it because you in a bad mood because your baby mama done pissed you the fuck off. So then you at the house with me arguing or, you know, mad or some shit. Or I got to listen to y'all arguing on the phone all the time. And I might get pulled into the argument too. So now we all arguing and like, I know all that shit happens. So it makes you feel like you want to say something because you're so pissed. What I will say to LSK is it would be better if she, even if she gonna be making sure that she stay involved in the shit with him, that she need to do that off social media. Girl, You think you got problems now just dealing with the baby mama. Now you didn't let all the world in on your shit too. So now you got not only her that you arguing back and forth with, but you also got to deal with the people on social media that you have now let know all of your damn business. Okay? We can kind of put two and two together and know how this shit played out, because this is the same story that everybody that has problem with their baby mama and daddy have. Okay? But now here you come and you add into that. I just was like, you know, you just found out you pregnant. This is the time that you should be happy. You should be enjoying yourself and all this. And now you've added to your plate social media in this mess. No, LSK girl. And you know, LSK, for as much as we really might love her, you know, her being Brenda Shia, whatever her name is on Power, you know, she is quite dramatic. Okay. So to see her on social media is like, let's talk about why you didn't you know, why you talking about me all the time? Because, sweetheart, you're obsessed with me. You have been. You talk about him not seeing his daughter. Let's talk about. I was like, girl, you telling all of this business. This ain't our business. We don't need to know about the fallout that happened. Yeah, I know you pissed that this lady took it to social media, but first of all, she didn't really say nothing about LSK. So I mean, I get it that she wanted to take up for the man and everything, but that girl made it a point to keep LSK out of it. LSK was the one that came back and said, oh no, she obsessed with me. I'm the problem that she got, blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, girl, you just making your problems worse. Anybody that's got any real sense that deals with social media will know that it ain't never as black and white as the baby mama or the baby daddy say when they want to blast somebody on social media when it comes to these type of things. It be all kind of shit happening. So that's why I was just like, girl, I know what you want to do, what you trying to do with my man. Thank you to my man. But, girl, just try to deal with that shit off the camera. Okay? Be happy in your pregnancy. You don't need no extra stress. But let Mr. Van Gogh figure out whatever he gonna do with that baby mama. I know it's hard. I ain't saying you can't do in real life, you can't be involved. Just don't involve us in it on social media. That's it.
Nobody giving interviews. I'm just saying I'm amused. But you ain't even flexing.
All right, you guys, next story. Let's talk about, you know, when you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. Police officer in Maryland's Prince George County by the name of Francesco Marley, 34 years old, has been placed on administrative leave because we had some old cock-blocking ass bitch in that videotaped him while he was at a park or something across the street from their house. Child, he had been parked. I don't know if he was at a park or if he was actually at this apartment complex or whatever. But anyway, he was parked somewhere. There was some black girl. This is a white cop. There's some black girl that, you know, runs up to the car, gives him a hug and a kiss and shit. And I mean, you can tell they're quite friendly with each other. Intimate. It's an intimate relationship, you can tell. And then she gets in the car on one side in the back seat, and then he gets in on the other side. I was like, extended lunch. And they got a couple of videos of him doing this. And of course, they placed it on TikTok. It went viral. Within a few hours, the damn police department already knew about it. The damn video had been seen 2 million times within a few hours. Okay, so it went ultra viral. And the department finally said, the department ended up saying that they were placing him on administrative leave and that they were doing an investigation. I was like, why you had to bust a man? That nigga trying to get a little, you know, midday ass. I know, you guys. I understand that there's so many things that's wrong with that picture. You know, I'm just trying to make light of it. But I was like, well, damn, this nigga done lost his damn job because he was just trying to get him a little piece. But turns out, you guys, it's a little bit more than that. You know, it's not just a matter of Mr. Marley, Officer Marley having sex with somebody in the back of his cruiser, but we also have to take into consideration that Mr. Marley was married and that was not his wife. It does make a difference because, nigga, why are you fucking somebody? You know, I mean, we know why, because he's at work. When he gets off, he's probably expected at home. He can't just go and get a hotel room in the middle of the day, now can he? So, you know, this is what we gonna do in the meantime, you know. But yeah, when you're married, maybe you need to lay off of this type of shit. All right, so his wife, her name is Paula. Paula Marley said, listen, her and this man been together for some years, you know, they hit a rough patch, they worked it out, they still married, life is good, she's living her life, you know, and all of that. She says the fact that he is messing with the girl, that girl, her name is, honey, y'all done got all the names and everything, Virginia Pinto. Virginia Pinto and him have been having an affair for some years now. And he's having an affair with this girl because she's easy. You know, she want to just give him the pussy. That's what the lady said, y'all. I'm just telling y'all, y'all know I don't say them words. But she wanted to get a lady to be, you know, she was trying to give him some, and he took it because what man wouldn't? Okay. But I don't know where the damn couple stands in their relationship now, because it's just sort of like she was talking as if that was a problem that they overcame, and I was like, sis, you ain't overcame it, it's still happening, he's still messing with the girl. Now you talk to Virginia Pinto and she say, listen, this been her man for many years, okay, and that they have a good time together, ain't no problems, she's still living her life, and in her mind she ain't doing nothing wrong. Okay, and apparently the girlfriend know that the damn man married. So I was like, now it looked like it's just a situation where where the wife was just like, okay, I know about this bitch, but I'm still not leaving, and so she's just going to deal with it, because she ain't sound like, you know, she about to leave him or nothing. Not that she needs to tell us that information, but she just sort of was just like, you know, we fine now. And I was like, no, we not fine, girl, we not fine. Now, the man been in trouble before, back in 2016. So I don't know how long him and his wife been married, because back in 2016, he had a girlfriend whose child had wet the bed, and he whipped the child so bad that the child ended up hitting their head against the wall and being knocked unconscious. And so he was convicted for that. He was indicted for that, for child abuse, second-degree child abuse. And so I don't know if that's a case that's going on still or whatever, but he already done had some issues in the past. But, you know, I was like, boy. That's what I told y'all, these cameras, these cameras gonna be the death of us. Because, honey, people is catching everything. Folks is paying attention. If you're going to commit a crime, or if you're going to do something, baby, you better try to find you the most covert area to do it, because folks is watching. So, and Mr. Marley, Francesco Marley, had to find that out the hard way. Well, we'll see what happens. I'm sure they're going to fire him. I believe they'll fire him. It's just too much attention that's been brought on to the Prince George County Police Department. So, man, we're just trying to get him a little bit. Y'all done blasted him off. Like that. Next story.
And you cool, tatted up, cover wounds, different vibe, you know improve, but you ain't even flexing.
A little bit of politics. I don't even know if we can consider this politics. It's just something that I can smile about. You know, I love me a good feel-good story. So the Proud Boys, y'all know who they are. Okay, remember we heard a lot about the Proud Boys when Donald Trump was in office. Remember he said, oh, yeah, they're great people. They're great people. You know, they just racist and xenophobes and don't like gay people, and feels like our government has failed them, and that we need to make changes to get America back from wherever America supposedly has gone. Okay, so Proud Boys. Y'all know them. You know, they are now sentencing these people. They were all involved in the January 6th taking over at the Capitol, right? Well, now we are getting to the sentencing, and it's just been so nice to see you guys. So the former national chairman of the Proud Boys, he was charged with seditious conspiracy, amongst other charges. That person's name was Henry Enrique Carrillo, 39 years old. He's the one that almost looks black, okay? And from his name, he's of some sort of Spanish descent, but he looks black, All right, so that's a little bit of extra when you see him up on that screen. You be like, nigga, you was up there with them with that shit. Fuck wrong with you? Well, he done got the biggest sentence out of them all. 22 years, you guys. 22 years in prison and 36 months of supervised release. All right, but he ain't got to worry about that 36 months for quite some time. So he got that. All right, they said that Tario is the one who created the special chapter of the Proud Boys known as the Ministry of Self-Defense. That team that he had got together included co-defendants Nordine, Biggs, and Rail. He said that they conspired to prevent, hinder, and delay the certification of the Electoral College vote and to oppose by force the authority of the government of the United States. Ethan Nordine, Joseph Biggs, and Zachary Rail, and Dominic Pezzola. These are all his co-defendants. Nordine was sentenced to 18 years in prison. Biggs was sentenced to 17 years in prison. Rail was sentenced to 15 years in prison. And Pezzola was sentenced to 10 years in prison. And I believe that these are all appropriate times for these people. I don't have a problem with the government making an example out of them because we don't need this bullshit no more. So you get up there and you knocking down doors and you going into offices and stealing folks' mail and putting your feet up on their damn desk and all that. All right, that's fine. It was fun, honey. We had a good time that day, didn't y'all? Y'all's out there screaming and yelling and terrorizing them people, doing some old crazy wild ass call in the middle of the damn Congress floor. All right. Zip ties and singing and jumping over banisters and knocking down doors and windows. And oh, it was a great day, wasn't it? Okay, well, now, you know, play clown games. You win the clown prizes. So I'm not mad. Hate to see people go to jail. Jail is not a place for humans. I've said that many a times. They better be glad they didn't go to jail out here in Atlanta, because, honey, Atlanta, the Fulton County jail is fucked up. Every time I turn around, somebody is dying up in there, getting killed, something. Like, you don't want to go to jail. But these people did obviously want to go to jail because I don't know what they thought was going to happen. These are people that have such a skewed vision. Their reality is so off. Now, of course, they're all like, you know, I didn't know what I was doing at the time. You know, I just got so caught up in everything that, you know, now they realize that they was tripping. But back then, it was all a good time. And the only reason why they realize that they tripping because now they know that they about to lose their life. You know, they ain't dying. But I'm saying, like, you losing your life. You going to jail. These are young people. These are young men. I'm sure they got families, kids, wives. And, you know, now you done lost your whole family over some bullshit. Okay, because you just wanted to be up there with the fucking ox horns on your head and fur coats, you know, the damn loin cloths and shit up there. Man, fuck wrong with you? Child, oh, crazy ass people. So, I hate to see people go to jail, but like I said, you won't be out there acting a fool like that, then that's what happens. So, I can't worry myself about it too much. Next story.
And you ain't gotta try too hard. Number one fan, your side, your applaud.
50 Cent, mama named him Curtis Jackson. He's on his final lap tour. This is supposed to be his final concert tour, you know, him wrapping up all his songs, his albums and all of that and giving it to the people. Okay, it's quite a bit of concerts this year, isn't it? Anyway, 50 Cent was at the Crypto.com arena in Los Angeles. You guys know that used to be the Staples Center. And he had a concert last Wednesday. He was frustrated because they were having mic problems. I can 100% believe that because all of my friends that went to the Beyonce concert just this past week tell me that they were having mic problems even on her birthday night there. And apparently Kendrick Lamar got up there to perform and his mic didn't work. I would have been pissed off. Oh my God, I would have been so mad. I would have been so sick because y'all know K-Dot is my boy. Okay. But yeah, my girlfriend was like, girl, you couldn't hear not one word that came out of his mouth. I said, you have got to be kidding me. Anyway, so I can believe that they were having mic issues because Beyonce had it. So, I mean, if the queen can have it, then this nigga over here can have it too. So, yeah, they gave him one mic. It didn't work. He gave that back to his crew, got another mic. That shit didn't work. 50 Cent was over it, okay, mad, and with all of his force and speed, turned around and threw the mic. He said that his intention was throwing it at his sound crew. Like, don't give me this shit don't work either. Okay, they had the pyrotechnics going off, you know, the flames and all of that shit, sparks flying up. So when he threw that, he says that his vision was, he couldn't really see. He knew he was throwing it in the area of his sound crew. That's his intended target. All right. However, the intended targets usually aren't hit, are they? And in this case, there's no difference. The microphone hit Power 106 radio personality Brianna Moynihan. Okay, or Monaghan. Hit her in the forehead and hit her with enough force that she actually, forehead split open, had to get stitches and all that. I said, girl, some people will say that she was in the wrong place at the wrong time, but I was like, no, that's the right place at the wrong time. Because, girl, you fixing to come up off of this. Because I know she gonna sue. And she said that the man looked her dead in her eye when he threw that microphone. And so I don't think she's trying to say that he was throwing it at her, but I think she's trying to say that he was careless enough to know that there were other people around that he could have hit, even if his intended target was the sound crew. All right. And so because of that, when she said he looked her in the eye, I said, oh yeah, she's gearing up to sue him. It probably won't make it to court because I'm sure that 50 Cent is smart enough to know that he done busted this woman's head open. Even if he's saying that it was on accident, okay, that's fine. We'll take it that it was an accident. I don't think that you was trying to hit this woman. Okay. But accident sometimes it's still nigga, it's still consequences to even the accidents. Okay. So you're going to come up off some money and I'm not mad. And let's not drag it out. As a matter of fact, I hope his people done already got in touch with the girl and gave her some money so that can quiet down and go away. But yeah, you can't bust people's head open at the fucking concert that's paid their good money to come. She might not have paid for it because she was a radio personality. But what I'm saying is, like, you can't be throwing shit at your audience. Even if you say you can't see them, the assumption is that there's people down there. All right, so how about we don't throw a fucking microphone that's 10 pounds? I mean, they don't be that much, 5 pounds, but when you got the force of a 5-pound mic come flying your way, it ain't even 5 pounds, but y'all know what I'm saying. Okay, yeah, so she about to get paid. I'm not mad.
Got me think about inside them walls. Words cut deep, it's like a swamp.
All right, you guys, next story up. So, Tiny and T.I., y'all know what they mama named them. We ain't got to do it again. Apparently, now you guys know that the case that Sabrina Patterson had brought up against them has been dropped. All right. And so now that it's been dropped, T.I. and Tiny feel like they shouldn't have to pay the lawyer fees that they had to go and get. You know, they had to go and get a lawyer team to defend them when she made all these accusations, and lawyers cost. Okay. And so now they're like, okay, now that the shit been dropped, she need to pay all these lawyer fees, because what the hell was we getting lawyers for if the case never was going to come to fruition? All right. So $165,000 they are trying to get back from her. So in March of 2021, you guys remember, right when the pandemic was in full swing, she came out and said that T.I. had then pulled a gun on her and threatened her life. All right. And then Tiny got involved and was just like, what do you mean? Like, I thought your son calls T.I. uncle. Like, why all of a sudden do you feel like your life was threatened? And, said that she was lying and all of that. So then that shit it blew up into a whole nother thing. Next thing you know, Sabrina was talking about how they used to drug people and have sex with them. And that has been definitely a story that has gone around in Atlanta for as long as I've lived here. Okay. I've been here, it'll be 20 years next year. So that is a well-known story. It could definitely be mythical. It might be just something, you know how sometimes when people will say something over and over and over again that they believe it. It could be one of them type of stories that kind of the same way how the Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, people will still say that they're swingers and they'll say that they're not, but people is just, the story has been out there so long that people just automatically believe that that's what they're, that's kind of how it is for Tiny and T.I. The girl started up this lawsuit saying that she know about this, and she got hundreds. She said she had over 100 women that were willing to testify about what T.I. and Tiny had did to them. Okay, so that was when this big case happened. I mean, that's when the lawsuit was brought out, but nothing came of it. They ended up dropping it. And while I know that T.I. and Tiny are probably relieved that that shit was dropped and they ain't got to worry about it, they still lost quite a bit. That's the only thing about when these stories come out, is that there is never a process to either clear the person's name or confirm that that's what they did. They immediately get dropped from projects that they have and, you know, that they working in right at the time, and that's not always fair. So in this case, there is no case, and T.I. lost a big gig working for Marvel Comics. Remember, he was one of the characters on Ant-Man, and I believe that they were planning on bringing his character even more to the forefront and do more with him. So he lost that. They lost their show. It was a lot of stuff that was happening that they lost right when that story came out. So I'm sure that they are probably like, fuck this bitch. This bitch need to give us our damn money back. You know, they went through a lot there. Whether or not, you know, we still don't know if the shit was true or false. Everybody has their opinions on it and all. But yeah, they kind of just like, fuck you, pay me. All right. She tried to countersue them. She countersued them because she said that they were making defamation. They were defaming her character, basically, and saying a bunch of shit about her on social media. And the fact that they have a much huger following than her, she felt like she was being harassed on social media by them and their followers. So then she countersued. So we still got some lawsuits that's going back and forth. I believe it's still, at least her countersuit is still in action. But yeah, they are just like, give us our damn money. So we'll see what happens there. But I don't blame them, though. You know, if you had to spend all that money, you want your damn money back.
Making me better, you hotter than pepper. You with a big stepper who chasing a cheddar.
All right, guys, next story episode. John Singleton's family are fighting over his estate, his money. And it's unfortunate, but it's been happening. I mean, it happens when people die. It brings out that other side of families that, you know, you probably, sometimes you ain't never saw it coming until the person died, and then everybody want to get to acting brand new. Okay. Now, now y'all know that John Singleton died back in 2019, very unexpectedly. I mean, we was all shocked to find out that he had died. He had went and checked himself into a hospital and never came back out. Turns out that he had had a stroke, which was the reason why he was at the hospital, but he ended up dying in the hospital from complications of the stroke. So I told you that it was unexpected, and I'm sure John Singleton, you know, he has kids, he's taking care of his family. Even if he is not with a wife or girlfriend or whatever, he still had kids he was taking care of and all of that. So I'm sure that he was also financially supporting his kids, and he had a daughter. What's her name? I don't know the daughter's name. I feel like I did get it, but anyway. He had a daughter that was in school when he died. She was going to Xavier College in Louisiana. I'm gonna get my words together, you guys. She was going to Xavier College in Louisiana, and when he died, she was trying to get just a lump sum payment from the estate. The grandmother, John Singleton's mother, is the one that has control of the estate. So she had petitioned the estate to just get a lump sum, $1 million or so, and go on about her business. But that's not the way apparently he had things set up. So they said no. But now this girl is in college and she didn't have a job, and he had been financially helping her. And so then they was able to come to an agreement where while the girl was in college, that the estate would pay her $2,700 a month, you know, her income, so that she can just concentrate on her studies or whatever. And that's been going along just fine. The problem with that, though, is that the daughter has graduated from Xavier back in 2021. And they've still been paying her. And so the mother, John Singleton's mother, is telling the estate that they need to stop paying her, because now about to be 2-3 years after her graduation, and she's still getting $2,700 a month. I mean, she can't go get a job now and get income. She ain't in school no more. All right. Well, the daughter has said that the mama got it wrong and that she is still in school. She's just in school online, and that the mother's accounting has been creative at best. She's saying that it's not accurate, and that, you know, that's the reason why she still feels like she should get this money, because she's still not working, and that she is in school online. So sounds like the Singleton family is still trying to work out the kinks. It's too bad though, because the mama, you can tell she's just sort of like, okay, we all need to move on to the next chapter now. Okay, I know that John is your daddy and he was giving you money, and even if he was still alive today, he probably would still give you money. But the mama ain't trying to come up off of the money. Now, apparently the girl is supposed to get a lump sum still, and that's in the works, but the mother is trying to say that they need to add up all of the $2,700 a month payments from the day that she graduated up until now, and whatever that amount is needs to be taken, it needs to be subtracted from the overall amount of the lump sum that she's supposed to get. And I was just like, well, damn. You know, like I said, it's ugly. It's business though. And I mean, I guess you got to be ugly in business, but you know, I'm just like, damn, $2,700. Let me get my calculator out. Y'all know I loves me a calculator moment. $2,700 times, oh my God, why is the commercial showing on my calculator? Why is there a commercial on my damn? Just give me the damn thing. 2,700 times 12. That's $32,400. My friends are calling me. I'm starting to get a concern because Roxanne just called and Deborah just called again. So anybody call me one more time, I'm gonna have to break into this to this video so I can answer. But anyway, that's $32,400 a year. So you can say March 2021, March 2022, March 2023. So that's what, 64,800, and then April, May, June, July, August, September. So 6 more months on top of that. Y'all keeping the numbers in your head? 27 times 6 is 16,200. So we say 16,200 plus, what did I say before? 64,800 equals 81,000. So mama want 81,000 subtracted from the money, and that's not an exorbitant amount. If John Singleton was still alive, I'm sure he would still be helping his kids and and all of that. But obviously the mamas, we doing things a little differently now. Okay, John's not here, and they've got to make sure they can settle all the rest of his bills and all of that. And I guess the mom is just really trying to crack down on it. It's too bad, y'all. But we see these things happen, and so it's not surprising. Hopefully the girl can get the help that she needs. Hopefully the mama can come to some conclusion that makes her happy too, and we can get this estate settled.
All of these women, they not on your level. You like a mix of business
and
and
then
pleasure.
Lastly, in quickies, you guys, seems that your boy Kanye has been banned from the Venice boat company. I'm not sure how big or small this company is out there in Venice, but apparently Kanye West and his wife or his companion, they are married, right? Kanye West and Victoria Sensori, that's his new girl. She is an Australian architectural engineer, okay? So a designer. She is a talented girl. And he probably gravitated towards her because, he has interest in that type of thing. But anyway, apparently they were in Venice and they were on one of the boats. You guys know that they have a huge boating system there. That's the way a lot of people get around from little island to island out there, as they get on the boats. Well, Kanye and his girl was on a little boat, and it's a romantical type of situation set up here. You know, why not enjoy all of the ambiance? And you know what? I'm gonna give you a blowjob on this boat. Okay, sounds like a throw caution to the wind. We having a beautiful time out here, and okay. So the girl apparently then got down on her knees and decided to get a man a damn blowjob. At first, I hadn't seen the video. I just thought that maybe somebody had seen them while they were out in the water. Maybe somebody had seen them, you know. I did see a picture of him, the back of him kind of hunched over and all. And I was just like, oh, okay, maybe somebody saw them while they were on. Child, that is not what happened. Okay. Now, they on this little ass boat. First of all, I was thinking that they was probably on a big boat, or some sort of yacht or something. They on a little ass boat, which makes sense because you're just trying to get from one place to the next. So I mean, I understand that. But what I'm saying is, the boat company is saying that they did not know that this was going on their boat, and that now that the pictures have gone viral, that's the reason why they know, and now they have decided to ban Kanye and his girl from ever being on their boats again. But when I saw the actual video, I was just like, that's bullshit. Ain't no way that man, because if you guys saw the video, the man is actually on his phone and he's facing her. Well, he's facing Kanye. So imagine if Kanye is on the boat, on the back of the boat, and he kind of hunched over. The girl is down on her knees in front of him. And then the man is right, like literally just, he's not even far enough away to be at the front of my car. Maybe a little bit further. Okay. But, you know, he's on the phone and he's talking and he's looking all around and all of that. And I was like, that's bullshit. That man knew that what that woman was doing. He was trying to not look at them. Okay. But he knew this bitch is giving him a blowjob. They ain't even left the fucking dock. Nigga, they was at the dock. Did you not think that you couldn't wait until y'all got out to the water somewhere where you was getting, but you had, girl, I don't know, maybe she had been started while they was out at the water and then they pulled up to the dock and she hadn't finished or something, but Kanye, I'm gonna need you to wrap this up. We about to be at the dock, nigga. I'm gonna need you to finish because I gotta get up. Now, you know, I'm up here blowjobbing you, and that it's embarrassing because his pants was down, his booty crack was out, and yeah, child. They was out there cutting up. So yeah, the boat company says that they are forever banned. And I was just like, I mean, depending on how big that company is out there, that may make a difference or it may not. Because all you got to do is get on another boat, child. I mean, you can't get banned from the, you know, you ain't got banned from Venice for what you did, just from that particular boat company. But still, I was just like, what is wrong with y'all? Yeah, child, but you know, that's what happened. Let me not say that. You know, y'all niggas be out there blowjobbing too. And then we got the story that Puff Daddy has decided to give back all of the publishing rights to his artists. Now, there's been big talk, plenty of talk for years and years and years and years and years about Puffy taking advantage of all of his artists and keeping all of their publishing rights. And that's the reason why the bad boy artists didn't fare as well as other artists have in the past. Even the ones that did have like monumental success still didn't seem to make the money that they thought that they should have. And that money instead went to Puffy because he worked out their contracts that way, you know. And while yeah, it is a little cut. It's not a little. It's very cutthroat of Puffy to do things like that. But we're not gonna act like we ain't. That's not what the music moguls of yesteryear used to do, and probably still do to this day. You know, you get this contract, you better get somebody to read this bitch real good, cause 9 times out of 10 you're gonna get fucked in this contract. And if you ain't got sense enough today. Now, back in the day, maybe they didn't know that so well. They should have, but maybe they didn't. But even today, like, you know, you got to have somebody look over your contract. But back then, you know, there's these young kids out in New York probably, like, excited about just being able to put their shit out and hurry up and sign a contract. The next thing you know, you got all your damn money going to somebody else. They've complained over the years, wanted their money. Puffy ain't coming off that money because, baby, this is business. You signed a contract. There's no judge that you can go to that's going to tell me that I got to give you this money. You ain't getting this money. You're just not going to get it. I'm sorry. Okay? And that's just been how it's been over the time. All right? But apparently, well, the big thing now is a lot of people will sell off their big publishing catalogs after a certain time, like after it matures to a certain level, they'll sell off the publishing rights. That's how Anita Baker was able to get all of hers, because the company, I think it was Sony Music, decided they didn't want it no more. It's old, probably ain't making the money like it used to and all of that. So here, girl, you can have it. You can either have it or you can buy it back a little bit or whatever. Okay, but that's how Anita Baker was able to get hers. So same situation here, Puffy. Now, even though everybody is saying the shit is not worth nothing and, you know, they would rather have gotten the money, Puffy, on the other hand, still lost money by giving this publishing rights to these people. I think maybe his conscience eventually just was like, fuck it, let me just go on and give him this because I don't need this money. However, Puffy still could have got millions of dollars for that publishing catalog. That he really could have sold that and still made buku money. But, you know, maybe at a point, you just got so much money. How much fucking more money do you need? You know, that's how broke people think. I bet you rich people don't say shit like that. They be like, give me all my fucking money. Okay, but what I'm saying is he probably was like, okay, let me just do the right thing in this case finally and give them their publishing rights. The people still ain't happy about it, because now they're just like, what we supposed to do with this? Well, some of them are big artists, I think, that enough where they can probably try to sell off their catalog and still get, like Total, they probably can do well. And you know, some of his bigger artists, Mace, Total, you know, Notorious B.I.G.'s, Estate and all, like those ones can still make quite a bit of money, I believe. But then, you know, the smaller ones, like this Mark Curry guy, I know him. I know his name only because I know of his book. Remember when he wrote Dancing in the Devil back in the day, and everybody was talking about it because he completely blasts Puffy, and you know, for his bad business scruples and you know, him possibly being a part of the LGBTQIA community, and you know, a devil worshiper and all kind of stuff that Mark Curry was saying. Who is Mark Curry? Can somebody tell me? What is his songs? Was he a singer? Was he a rapper? Was he a producer, a writer? Like, I don't really know who this Mark Curry guy is, but he's pissed about it. He said he didn't want the money, and he actually asked Puffy for just $1 million payout, and Puffy said no. Okay. But yeah, no, I'm not being shady. I just don't know who Mark Curry is. But I know who he is, but only from all of the controversy and scandal that he's brought out since. But you know, we know that he's been pissed for many years, and now he's still not happy because now that he has his rights and all. But he said that Puffy gave him his back some years ago. But now that everybody else is getting theirs back, you know, like I said, maybe some people can try to work that shit out and get some money from it. I mean, you know, but Puffy said, y'all got y'all shit back now, so get out of his face. And then lastly, you guys, congratulations are in order to our girl Coco, or Coco Gauff. Is that how you say her name? Coco? That's the second Coco that we got today. She's playing the best tennis of her career. 19 years old, has made it to the semifinals of the US Open. You guys know that starts out as about 128 players, and it dwindles down all the way up to the semifinals, and it's just 4 final players, and Coco is one of the ones. Coco is number 10 in the entire world. Okay, she is going to be playing Machova, who is number 2 in the world. Okay, and then there's the other semifinal round is going to be Sabalenka and Keys. All right, I'm not even gonna mess up her name. Madison Keys is easy, but that Sabalenka, I don't know what that first name is. Arena. Anyway, they're going to be playing as well the other semifinal round, and then whoever wins out of those two semifinal rounds will go on to the championship. Okay. Coco, though, has played this Muchova girl, or whatever her name is, a few weeks ago. They were at the Western and Southern Open in Cincinnati. That's where she's won the biggest title of her career so far. But we looking at Coco and we thinking that, you know, she is lining herself up for a Grand Slam. So we are hoping that she can get this U.S. Open title, you know, get through these semifinals, win the championship title, and get that going over there. Great for her. Number 10 in the whole world. That is amazing. And we just gonna give her the fist pump of righteousness for that black girl magic, because you're not gonna get enough of us now, are you?
All of these women, they not on your level. You like a mix of business and pleasure.
All right, you guys, let me get on off of here, get this edited and scheduled for you guys for tomorrow. Okay, we do this every single week, so make sure that you thumbs up the video, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you
but you ain't even flexing. But you ain't even flexing. But you ain't even flexing. But you ain't even flexing.
Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.